something else this year. But it's been a heck of a ride, to be honest. I really can't complain. Yeah, I was I was a little down when I found out I was injured and I had to have surgery again, or with another knee. But at the end of the day, I have amazing teammates. Guys like Draymond, everybody on this team, they come over there, they wrap their hands around me like, yo, we got.
I'm feeling great. I feel nervous, a little bit overwhelmed. I feel a little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. It's good. You gonna get it. It's a good shit. Look great. I feel a little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. It's good. You gonna.
So was that the great Rick Rubin who was helping produce that with you, Marshall, when you did that?
Yeah, sorry. Live TV. Live TV freaks me out a little bit.
No.
Yes, I'm sorry. What was the question?
Sex trafficking is the end result of trauma-based mind control. A lot of you think the sex trafficking is the main thing. It's the end thing. It's the end result. It's what survivors were programmed for. Every MK Ultra survivor has DID. That's just part of the programming. Not everybody that has DID has MK, but everybody that has MK has DID. It might take you a minute to wrap your head around that. It's kind of confusing, but for DID, DID is a safety valve, if you will, that God placed in us when something becomes too much or too unbearable. If you think of a small child, 2 years old, 3 years old, being sexually abused, that's too much information, it's too much trauma, it's too much pain, it's too much mental, emotional pain and trauma. When the mind gets to the point where it can't take anymore, if any more comes into them right then, it would make them just go crazy. So God instilled in us the ability to just break off that piece, and then a new piece of the psyche will come in and take the rest of that trauma from that experience. DID is pretty common. Contrary to popular belief, people that have had any kind of a trauma can have a form of DID. If you've been in a car accident, if you've lost a loved one, the shock to the system, if it's enough that experience or that trauma just caused you to shake uncontrollably, there's probably something going on in the psyche there. Your psyche is moving to protect you. DID can be as simple as daydreaming, kind of zoning out while you're on the freeway. That's mild. To full-blown alters. So it's very common, and if you think about people that have had significant trauma, a lot of people have DID. Most of them are unaware. The MK Ultra is when they kind of weaponize the DID. They've learned how to purposely cause trauma to the body, cause trauma to the child, get their heart rate up enough to where the trauma is overwhelming and they split. During that moment of splitting, they move into program that part, they move into layer in demons and all kind of things. It's government experiments, scientific experiments that they're doing. They're doing it for a purpose. They're doing it on purpose, where DID is more kind of organic. Your house burns down, that's kind of out of your control. You get in a car accident and the shock of that is too much, that's out of your control. MK Ultra is done deliberately by government officials, by scientists. They're doing it on purpose. Sex trafficking is just one of the end results. They use it for to create Manchurian type candidates, super soldiers, assassins. They use it for many things. Sex trafficking is just one of those things. In the course of doing all that, they have learned that they can create supernatural things in survivors. They can create supernatural abilities. There's a TV show called Stranger Things that has basically is outlining for you what's been done to the children. Those things are true. There are survivors that have supernatural abilities. There's survivors that can do things like you see on TV, like you see in the movies. That's MK Ultra.
Thousands of government-sponsored experiments did take place at hospitals, universities, and military bases around our nation. The goal was to understand the effects of radiation exposure on the human body. While most of the tests were ethical by any standards, some were unethical, not only by today's standards, but by the standards of the time in which they were conducted. They failed both the test of our national values and the test of humanity. Informed consent means your doctor tells you the risk of the treatment you are about to undergo. In too many cases, informed consent was withheld. Americans were kept in the dark about the effects of what was being done to them. The deception extended beyond the test subjects themselves to encompass their families and the American people as a whole. For these experiments were kept secret, and they were shrouded not for a compelling reason of national security, but for the simple fear of embarrassment, and that was wrong. So today, on behalf of another generation of American leaders and another generation of American citizens, the United States of America offers a sincere apology to those of our citizens who were subjected to these experiments, to their families, and to their communities. When the government does wrong, we have a moral responsibility to admit it. The duty we owe to one another to tell the truth and to protect our fellow citizens from excesses like these is one we can never walk away from.